I'm picking up where it left off. Now I don't have fancy software and I don't know how to mend these back together. So this will be one of those like where we have like a part one, part two. Did you hear what I said? Now I'll make this stable for you. Because I was going to say it because I want you to get the message. But when I did that, it just stopped. The video. Me trying to push that bell. I was trying to push the bell there. And me trying to put it stable there for you. Me trying to overhelp you. Stop the video. Now that's a lesson for all of us. So, with that being said, I want to see what other messages are going to come through for you, but I'm feeling like this wants to move. I feel like the whole thing wants to move around. I feel like Spirit wants you to not get used to having the same view, yeah. Oh, do you guys remember, if you've been with me a long time, do you remember when Spirit told us, like, if we didn't do things, they would do it for us? And it's not even them doing it for us. It's actually you doing it for you. It's you doing it for you. It's your higher self. You called me in to be here. You called me in to help you with this. I can move this around. But this is the way they want it to be. Yeah, this like totally, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Yeah, this is intense, you guys. I just want you to know that I love you and I don't want to overhelp you either. Okay, look at this. I shit you not. When I was getting this together, I'm like, man, I kind of feel native spirit medicine energy, and that is at the bottom of the deck. Oh, look at Egypt is underneath it. Shut up. Did we not just say? Okay, so this is why you're feeling this way from these. Okay, so this one is connected to a card. Do you see this? But it won't let me pull it apart, so it's not time. So, wow. Oh, when I did it went like that. So Egypt and Asia are places where you have lived and where you have been. I almost feel like they want me to change the whole scenery. Wow, this is really interesting, you guys. You are so powerful. So this is what's holding you back. This is it. And when I say this is what's holding you back, so the Shiva Lingam wanted to come in, and I'm going to put Egypt right there. In Asia. So there is some trauma for either all of you or, ooh, and on the bottom I see vows. Okay, so yeah, there's like, here, I'm going to put these other cards down for a second because I just want to see. So that was it. That was the last one, was vows. So it could even be that you were a person of faith, medicine man, medicine woman. I'm going to put that down right now. They're not having me look at the book, so I'm going to take that as, okay, that's as far back as I can go with the, okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So did you guys get chills? Because I got chills all over my body when this all just kind of like came together. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so if you just found yourself here, the first part of reading 3 was in another video. Now, Spirit has not had, this has not happened in a long time. Where, if you guys remember, this would happen sometimes when I would be recording videos. In the middle of the video, I would run out of space, or Spirit would just stop it, and I'd get really frustrated. Also, 355 is an angel number to work with, which is also number 13. But look at that, 3 and, I mean, the 5s are change and transformation. So, and there's like 3 energies before us is what I'm feeling. And this is, they told me to put them on top of them so you can understand it. Okay, okay, all right, okay, okay, okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much coming through. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. So, it's almost as if these are like 3 readings in a reading, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so getting back to what I was saying, so they had me, so they would separate them, but that hasn't happened in a long time. And I think it's interesting. Oh, when I looked down, it was 444. I think it's interesting that it happened this way because especially on your pile, because I just felt like this reading. I just felt this tremendous like control. And then I found myself even like playing into you and like enabling you, where I was like, because I felt like you're like, I can't see it, or I don't want to see it, or I don't, you know what I mean? Whether it was the cards or like the energy or your story that the darkness, the shadow that you didn't want to see, you know what I'm saying? But then it was like, all of a sudden when I saw all of this come together, I'm like, this is like super, super, super intense that they broke the video up like this. So if you're just finding yourself here, you may want to go watch the beginning of reading 3. I'll put a link below for the reading it went with. And interesting that they're going to have me do reading 4 on here too. So this is so interesting. And I have enough room. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely have enough room. I actually even worked on my phone and cleaned things out just to make sure. But this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is the kind of energy that I'm talking about. We cannot look away from it. We cannot walk away from it. We have to see it. We have to look at it. So I'm going to start over here. So remember when we first started with lessons and blessings on the other reading? So I feel like the reason why you're going through such harsh lessons in this life, and why you may feel like you're running out of time or like you're not receiving the blessings that you want, it's because you're stuck in some time frame of some, like, you've always been a medicine person, right? Like, or you were some type of, you know, maybe you were a druid witch or a monk or something like that. Like, that's what I feel. But this feels, both of these cards, even though this says man or woman, both of these feel very divine feminine. Like, I feel like in a past life you were held back, even though you were known as a woman of power, right? Or a medicine woman, you still didn't get the same respect in certain energies, or maybe you were even killed for it, with certain divine masculines who wanted to dominate and control, which is why now you are struggling with control in this lifetime. And as the divine feminine is rising right now, it's natural that your yang energy of the masculine wants to push back, or, you know, try and control the situation, because that's what you were doing before. Like, even maybe in this, like, you had to be a certain way, or if you spoke out, you know, or maybe you were protecting someone or your people, I heard something like that. So that's your lesson and blessing in this lifetime to work with. Then on this one, I felt, because we had leaving and travel, I feel like some of you, like, I heard that song, I left my heart in San Francisco. I feel like you need to go to Egypt. And I don't know when, how, or why, but I feel like you are meant to go and get some soul retrieval there. Maybe not now because the world's a little, you know, but maybe you are now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell you, see, look at me trying to control the situation. Maybe you are. Oh, when I looked down, it was 8 minutes. That's crazy. Okay. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Oh, there's just so much happening. And if you guys, you know, I say it every day, I believe in magic and miracles, and I do, but I mean, it's really so prevalent around lately. Like, I can't even explain it. It's just so palpable, and spirit wants you to believe in it and believe that they have your back. Look at those clouds in the background, by the way. I don't know if you see it, but like, I feel like I see a woman here, like looking this way, and like their hair is like blowing in the wind. And even though that's the beginning of the Olympic mountains, that mound back there, the clouds look like mountains to me too. So I almost feel like maybe it's time for you to go visit mountains. But I feel like there's something in that, whether it's Egypt itself or in that energy, maybe there's somewhere in the desert that you need to go and, you know, get soul retrieval. Because I feel like in this one, the finances are connected to a life in Asia, meaning like, so either you have a lot of money because you inherited a lot of money from your family, or it could be, you know, like, because this, you know, feels like an ancestor energy, even though I know it's like a Buddha energy. But interesting that that's the second time we spoke about Buddha. That's why it's all one reading. It's like several readings in one reading, but there's something linked to Asia. And, you know, I feel like that's how they want me to leave it. Oh, that's really intense. You guys have some really, these readings have been so intense. Oh my gosh. Okay, Spirit, are there any more messages? This spider, you want to go on me? Come towards me if you want to go on me. Okay, they're just chilling. All right, do we have any more messages, Spirit? Do we have any ancestor messages or family or friends, or is there any messages that, okay. I feel like they're like, they got enough. They got enough. Yeah, like I didn't even realize, yeah, that you guys probably could have been scrying this whole time with the clouds in the background. Okay, so like I said, if you missed the beginning of reading 3, follow the link below to go and watch it. And reading 1 and reading 2 were really powerful as well. We worked with the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Jus de Vivre Tarot. And now we are going to be wrapping up reading 3 and moving on to reading 4 with the Energy Oracle deck. That was just my leg and my knee cracking. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry for all the extra legwork for reading 3, but also when they break it up like that, I feel like sometimes maybe you just needed that message from the first part and you didn't need this part. Maybe this part was only for, the people that needed, like, the real past life energy, because you can see in the other cards like what we were talking about. But this, like, it was like 2 different readings. It's like, but this felt like 3 readings in one even. So it was like, I feel like there was like 4 or 5 different readings all in these readings for reading 3. But there's a lot of us in the past life, is a very deep and dark and mysterious energy. It's working with, it's not just shadow, we have good memories too from our past lives, right? But also I definitely am feeling a very heavy energy. Okay, any more messages, Spirit? Nope, we're done. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being here reading 3. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, all of my information is in the description box. Send me an email. And if you would like to donate any oracle decks or tarot cards to this tribe, to our readings, you can follow the link for the Amazon wish list. And if it's in your wheelhouse to do so, I have a link for my Venmo. Thank you so much for this exchange of energy. If none of those align with you at this time, just send a beautiful prayer my way. It's for you and it's for me. It's for the whole world symphony. It's karma and it's exchange of energy. So we give and take and give and take. And that's how we also, speaking about finances, the more you give, the more you receive. All right. I'll see you next time. I love you so much. Take good care of yourselves and each other. Love yourself and each other. And I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, reading 4. I apologize for all the extra legwork. It's been a minute since that happened, and it's not even a Mercury retrograde, right? So if you found yourself here, I actually started this pick a reading on a different video, and when I tried to control and intervene, the video stopped and Spirit had me start it up somewhere else. So it was really cool. If you watch the other readings, you know what happened. But anyway, so that's why this is this way. And if you're interested in reading 1 or 2 or the beginning of 3, feel free to follow the links in the description box. But we are visited by a beautiful black spider energy entity. I believe it's my friend Bubba hanging out with us today. So they are sending you love. Please work with the spider spirit animal, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. Actually, oh my God, you guys, what is happening? I was going to say especially in the Northern Hemisphere because it's springtime, but I feel like somebody's trying to choke me. Wow. The interesting thing is when I was getting your reading together, I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm like, these are the warriors. I can feel it. I can feel it, especially if you've, watched all of them. They were so intense. But let's dive in here and see what's going on because, yeah, I mean, I know I've been at this for several hours and it's been pretty intense, but I feel like you shifted gears so quickly. I feel like you downshifted so quickly the energy in this reading that and it's not just about a spider phobia, which I know some of you have. No, this is different. This feels different. So I love you. I'm getting chills all over my body. So let's see what's going on, Spirit. What's going on? This is what you need to hear right now, right? It's kind of like a generic and there's multiple people. So Spirit, what does reading 4 need to hear from you right now through the Energy Oracle? And blessed Earth Day. In real time, it's Earth Day. Okay. Okay. Man holding a heart, number 45, which is also the number 9. 45 could be an age. It kind of feels like, and it could even be your ages, like maybe one of you is 45 and one of you is 54. That's very interesting. So man holding a heart. Let's see what else we have going on here. Okay. Oh, interesting. The angel of love is upside down, which is the number 49. Why is the angel of love upside down? And why is she looking away? Because I got the vibe to put them to the left. Do we want to pull? Nope. They don't always have me read from the book, but I'm strongly feeling that there are specific messages from the book, so I'm going to read them. If they have me read the man holding the heart in reverse, I will. When it's in reverse, a lot of the times they have me read both upright and in reverse. But this one, I'm just going to start with the upright because that's where it is. Oh my gosh. Look at that, by the way. Look at where the light is covering their face. And look at how they're kind of dim. There's no light. Even though there's a candle right here, there's not really a lot of light going on them. You know? That's interesting. So let's start with the man holding a heart. The words are male dealing with family, love, and emotion. Love or emotions. Could be and or emotions. Also, I'm hearing the male is the divine masculine. So I feel like this is a representation of the divine masculine and divine feminine. So whether you align with, you know what I mean? Like however you want to read this, but that's what I got in that moment. It says, this tender man sits with flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in your life. There could be a more balanced approach to family and love at this time, even if these have been confusing experiences for you in the past. For some, this card upright could signal the presence of a new man in your life, one who tends to be more thoughtful and aware. Whether or not this man is a love interest or a friend, he brings a high intention to help where personal projects, family, or home issues are concerned. Also, it's on page 143, and I don't remember if it was reading 1, 2, or 3. Hey, what's up? But also the spider just came to tell me and remind me that it's about community. So I kind of feel like this person, for some of you, might be a community leader. And the man could just be that the community leader, and I looked down, it was 1717, and I'd be remiss in not telling you that when I started this, it was 1217, and one of the other readings, 1017 came up, and I felt like it was a birthday. So this could be somebody, which would be a Libra energy, right? If that's a birthday, 1017. So it could be you, them. But thank you, Spider. Thank you so much. But also that, you know, spiders are web weavers. They're the connectors. So I feel like whoever this person is, they may also be, they're saying, don't be so quick to judge this person because they may actually be somebody who's going to connect you with somebody else. Thank you, Spider. That was the other message. I felt like there was two. They're giving like a high five. Oh my gosh, dude, this spider, I'm telling you, it's got to be Bubba. I mean, I've had really cool spiders hang out with me before, but this one is just like so amazing. And it's black, so I'm like, it's got a little white on it like Bubba. Oh, so funny. Anyway, so it was on page 143, but 43 was in one of the readings and it came up, and I also felt like it was a mirror of ages, 34 and 43. So this could be for you as well. It could be maybe you met when you were 34 and 43 and now you're 45 and 54. I don't know. That's just what's coming through. But my eyes are going back down to where it says a man that it says something about their emotions and their purpose in your life. And it could also be for healing, you know? I mean, think about it. We all come into each other's lives for a reason and at a certain time, you know? So I'm going to read the reverse because my eyes went to it. And it says, when this card is reversed, it could indicate a disconnect or even total shutdown regarding your emotional life. And I also heard you, Divine Masculine. Thank you, Spider. It's time to open up and know that you can handle deep emotions and the energy they bring up, whether it's anger, grief, or utter bliss. And the spiders, thank you, communicating fear. I feel like for some of you, fear, it's not in the book, but that's something, you know, maybe you have a fear of spiders, and that's why the spider is here, because they're like, sometimes you have to look at the thing that you're the most afraid of so that you can heal it and work through it. Thank you. Another good message. Thank you so much. You are just on fire today. Thank you. You should see their little arms and hands are all. We have to show. You want to say hi? You want to turn around and say hi? They're like, nope, I said my message. Bye-bye. Oh, they're so cute. I love it. Also, I know it's like not the best lighting and all that, but I wanted you to see this view because that's my view out my window, and that life is ever changing. Life is ever changing. So it says it's time to open up and know that you can handle deep emotions and the energy that they bring up. That's why the black spider was coming in too. The shadow, this has been coming up a lot for us. Listen, you guys, you know, there's a reason why I'm doing these. I've been a leader since I was a kid. I was picked to be the leader of like teams in school a lot and things like that. So, you know, everything happens for a reason, but I have to go through it first so that I can be here to help you go through it. So all I'm saying is that be fucking proud of yourself, because if you're in the shadow and you're working with like the dark energy and spider medicine, that's a huge honor, like a massive honor. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They came back. It's a massive honor. Yes, they just want you to know like that it's an honor to work with certain animals and energies. They're like, don't be afraid. I'm not scary. I'm not creepy. Show them say hello. There you go. It's like, put up one of your arms and say hello. Say hi. Then they won't be so scared. They're like, my arm is up. See, look. It's right there. They're saying hi. They're like, hi. I love you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You can do this. You can do this. And, you know, you chose this. You chose this path. You know, and look at, before they had the light over their face and now it's next to them. So this says, the man holding a heart reverse can also indicate a difficult connection or even relationship with a man who may be easy to anger, deceitful, or quick to criticize. His behavior could be attributed to fear and self-doubt, yet he would never admit it. You deserve honoring in any relationship, so set some boundaries and don't buy into this emotional chaos. Your soul longs for emotional peace. The affirmation is, I am comfortable with all of my emotions. I honor and express them in appropriate ways. I feel peace. Interesting too that it ends, I'm going to put your affirmation there, but look at it, ends on page 145 and the card is 45. There are no accidents. Okay, so this is your, take a screenshot of it. This is your affirmation to work with. Okay? And now we're going to go 49. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road here. And we're going to go to the Angel of Love. Tender connections. Now remember, she was in reverse, facing this way towards the man with the heart. It doesn't want to come into focus. What's going on there? Like, I mean, somebody would say, oh, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, oh, look, because they wanted you to see. Look at, when you're in shadow, this is what I'm hearing, because you're the angel of love, right? But when the only way for you to connect with this person is to go into the third dimensional energy with them. And Spirit's like, yeah, but that's not where you're supposed to be. So you feel like you have a connection with them because you're holding on to the connection that you had from the beginning. They have your heart. They've always had your heart. But you know what? You need to have your own heart. Look at that. He had your heart, and now they're saying, now you have your own heart. And you get to decide. You get to decide how you love, when you love, whom you love. And a lot of times when we're with people for a long period of time, you know, a year, several years, we can feel guilt, you know, when they're like, wow, I want to work on it. I want to know. And you're like, yeah, but we've been and nothing's working. And they're saying, you know, it's time for you to just focus on you. Your focus has been on them for too long. And see, he's wearing his heart not on his sleeve, but on his pant leg. Not on his sleeve. And he's holding on to the heart. Oh, look at how the lighting changed. Drink some water. Stay hydrated. And if you don't have water, please pause this and go and get some. They don't say it just to a friendly reminder. It's because you need it, okay? Yesterday, I was going to town on these salty... I don't eat a lot of salt in my food, and I just was like going to town. And today I've been like parched, you know, I'm like, man, I need some fucking water. But it was because I was meant to tell you guys. And for me to remember what it feels like. Because I feel like this unsatiated hunger, or this thirst, not even a hunger, but this thirst. And Spirit's saying you are not going to find it there. This is about what you need to hear right now. What you're looking for is not there. And look at it, it's almost like they're sitting on top of your light, so you don't get any. And how is that fair? How is that healthy or good for you? So I'm going to read the reverse because that's where it started. And it says, in the reverse position, the angel of love could indicate a possible disconnect in matters of the heart. While this sometimes signifies a divorce or separation, it could also imply an emotional rift where two people stay connected on a superficial basis, yet at a deeper level seem to be going their own ways. In this position, the angel can also refer to an old separation, if the longing remains alive in one partner's heart. If you find yourself unable to let go, this loving angel is telling you it's time to release any toxic or unrequited attachment you may be holding on to. And that could be from them too. You know, recently one of our tribe members had said something to me like, man, I've been like trying to let them go, but it's like I can't, you know. And then they further started to like tell me other things. And I'm like, oh, well, that's because this is happening. Once that happens and once you do that, and once you really, really let them go, then they will go. I'm going to take a picture because that's real pretty. You know, then they'll go. But if you're still holding on to them, even if you move away from them, you don't have anything of theirs, they have nothing of yours. And this goes beyond relationships, by the way, because I just saw like somebody leaving home and seeing a sad parent. I'm seeing a single parent, so I don't know if you are or your parent was, but I'm just feeling like somebody who like just held on to your heart. So even if, you know, this could even be like a parent, and if it's a mother, it could be that she was using so much yang energy out of fear of wanting to protect you, but like smothered you and like you couldn't wait to get away from them. You know what I mean? Like this, I feel like this could go very in-depthly, where like, as say reading one, even though it had some flickers of parental things in there, the Everyday Witch Tarot reading of what you need to hear right now was very much in like relationships and like twin flame relationships and things like that. And so if you're drawn to reading one, check it out. But only if you're in a relationship, you know, or I guess if you had one that you feel like is holding on to. But I'm definitely feeling like this detachment energy, which is why when she's in the upright position, she's away from him. She's looking away from that stronghold energy. So, it says the universe is waiting for you to free your heart and open your life to the fully present and honoring love that you so rightly deserve. So look in the mirror and see the angel of love there with you. Know that you are worthy of this tender emotion from yourself and others. And here is the affirmation. I always like to get in a stable position so that if you want to take a screenshot, it's not like all over the place. So let me get in a stable position. Okay, there you go. Oh, sorry, spider. I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Tender, loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. Okay? So this is about self-love. This is about self-care. And like I said, you know, for those of you who are in different, you know, facets, planes, and dimensional energies of the shadow right now, and childhood trauma and all those things, well, while you're in your healing process, I feel like Spirit is trying to show you that, number one, you're not alone. But number two, it's going to take time. It's going to take a minute. You know, we're not in these energies that we used to be in. Nothing, you know, this fake bullshit. It's like, you know, or hey, you know, look at the monkey, look over here while they're like stealing from you over there. No, this is a new energy. This is where people are more aware. They're having a higher level of understanding. And that is what is frightening to a lot of the energies that want to control, and ourselves included, especially as we're watching outwardly all of these, you know, these children in adult suits trying to be the most powerful country, trying to, in the meantime, I'm like, they're like missing the whole point, that the whole thing is about humanity. And it's about being human, no matter where we come from. You know, it's like in this world, in this plane, in this, we're human. Thank you, Spider. Do you have any more messages? I feel like we have. What would you like to say? And I heard timing. And I feel like you're going to be stuck in this energy until you release that energy. And, you know, I say this with a lot of love, right? Because this message can go for me as well. But I feel like spirit and myself, it's like, I don't know about you, but like, aren't you tired of hearing the same messages from spirit? Because I am. Meaning, like, we have to lean into it. We have to lean into the pain and the suffering, the shadow. It's required. It has to happen for us to move forward. We cannot move forward without it. Look at rest and rejuvenation is in reverse, because we're in this mindset that we have to keep going and going and going and going and going and going. We don't. That's what they want us to believe. That's why they're saying the woke movement is bullshit. That's why they're making fun of us, because they don't want the drones, you know, the people who are still living in third dimensional reality. They don't want them to think that their life is important, that their self-love is important, that their meditation practice is important. They say all these things that they want, but they really don't. Because when someone's like working from a meditation mind, you can't control them. That's the whole point, is that they're connected to the divine. There's no middleman, middle woman, you know what I mean? Middle person. It's about the direct connection to spirit. And I'm hearing from spirit, like, the only way for you to get that direct connection is to release and let go of the past. And we've been getting this a lot. So let's see if we have some messages. Do you want to hear from the book? From the rest and rejuvenation? No, because you know what's so great about this? It's right now we're in the 8th moon phase of the rest and restore. So I love that this is like the end of these readings. When I looked down, it was 31:38. Really powerful. That they're in rest and rejuvenation, and it's like kind of in dark and shadow, because I feel like they're like, this is where we need to be right now. So go inward. Your mission, should you choose to accept it after this reading, is to, you know, if you're watching it in real time, you know, today is Tuesday, the 22nd of April, and the new moon isn't until the weekend. So take these next few days to just rest and relax. Stay away from, you know, bullshit. Whenever you watch this, even if it's in a, you know, full moon, I don't care when it is, take at least 2 to 4 days to try and relax and chill. You know, if that means you have to call your boss and be like, I have to take some personal time, and just, you know, whatever you need to do. And not like, oh, but this, oh, but that, oh, but this. And a lot of you, so many of you are surrounded in tribes, and I love that you have so many people in your life. That's great. But these are the people that are literally like stealing and taking the energy away from you that you need for yourself, because when it's time, Spirit's going to call you, you know. Don't be in a rush to get there. We spoke about this in the reading 3 in the past life, right? Don't be so quick to get there. If you're going in Spirit's time, everything aligns exactly when it's meant to. Look at how the light over here is kind of dim, but this one's bright. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. And maybe an old version of you or a different version of you used to, and maybe you are now, because they're all stuck in the third dimensional reality. But just because somebody, you know, likes readings and blah, 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 it's like, if they're not actually living in it, it's a whole different story. And the energy on the planet right now is telling us that. It's a whole different story. Any more messages, my friend? Drink as much water as possible. Obviously, to a healthy degree. I mean, don't get crazy about it. I'm going to pull the cards and see if I feel like there's one more message, but I don't know. I don't know if it's channeled or through the cards. Do we have any more messages, Spirit, before we go? Okay, these two are stuck together. And whenever I sense that we've been kind of like doing, I'm just going to put them out this way. Interesting. They both came upside down again. And what's cool about these is that, you know, you can go either way. You can't really tell if it's in reverse or not. So I think it's interesting that we have the Angel of Balance and Storm Warning, and they're both in reverse. And notice how they don't want it in the light. It's like, I feel like I wanted to come into the light, and that's what I was doing with the other one. I was trying to control it, right? And they're like, stop trying to control it. Me too. They're saying it to me too. Okay, so number 48. So we had the angel of love, and now we have the angel of balance. But it's interesting because the angel of balance is on this side and the angel of love is on that side. So do you follow what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting how we had rest and rejuvenation and, oh, I see what they're saying because of the balance, right? So we had rest and rejuvenation, and we had the man holding the heart. And once we release and let go of that energy, then we rest and rejuvenate so that we can get our balance back. Does that make sense? So number 48. Oh, I opened it up to number 46, the thinking man. So you might be dealing with an air sign, especially a Gemini. So we have, that would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra air signs. But we spoke of Libra. Was that in this reading? Or was that the other reading? But anyway, so that one was coming up too. So you may be dealing with a Libra, or you are a Gemini and they are a Libra, or vice versa. Okay, so angel of balance, being centered and self-honoring in your choices. But since it was in reverse, it says, in this position, the angel of balance comes with a loving, warming. Ooh, I said loving, warming, but it says loving warning. Isn't that crazy? It's also on page 153. We're still in these ages. I feel like this is very interesting. Okay, so in this position, the angel of balance comes with a loving warning that something may be seriously out of proportion in your life. It could be an important emotional component, such as the lack of self-acceptance or self-care. Remember, however, that when you put yourself last, the universe will do the same. Well, it said likewise, but do the same came out of my mouth. Isn't that crazy? So it says reversing this card, receiving. Oh my gosh, it's like, what's going on? Reversing and receiving. But I said reversing this card, and then it says reverse. What's going on there, you guys? Receiving this card reverse can oftentimes be a warning of lost energy, calling you to relax more, sleep more, or even just drink more water. What did I just say? That's awesome. Investigate how you may be out of balance in your time and energy regarding the externals and internals in your life. The adjacent cards in your spread could indicate the particulars. Perhaps you've been working too much or been too obsessed with relationships or money. This loving angel can help bring you the courage and wisdom you need to break your... I said break your, but it says to break such toxic patterns. Meditate on the angel's presence and visualize her pouring a beautiful liquid light through all of your chakras, balancing them and bringing you peace. Remember that you always have power to bring things back into peaceful balance. But I do feel like for some of you, this is literally like a health warning. It's starting to really affect your health. Like you're taking so much care of other people, like you're getting sick. Look at in the background, by the way, it looks like scrying up here. I feel like I just saw a bunch of things. So I live a balanced and centered life as I care for myself. The universe cares for me also. So it could be for some of you, maybe you've gotten out of like a pattern, you know, of like when you felt good about yourself, when you were taking care of yourself, and they're trying to like help you like find your way back to that. They told me not to read the upright because it doesn't matter in the context of this reading. So we're going to move on to the storm warning, which is number 10. And interesting that it was 10s are about completion. And it was upside down, so that's just interesting. Okay, storm warning. Clouds on the horizon. Going to the reverse meaning first. Okay. This card reverse indicates that the dark times are behind you, or at least beginning to fall away. You can take heart that sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. This new light may bring a time of reassessment and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. Also, spend some time reflecting on the difficulty that has passed. What was the lesson for you? Whether it's about self-love or empowerment, remember to bring these incentives and the lessons learned into your bright new path. If you were drawn to reading 3, you may want to watch it. It was in 2 parts. That's what I was saying at the beginning of this. So here's your affirmation. I have the power to overcome any obstacle, no matter what is going on. I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. And it's on page 33. I feel like for some of you, maybe you're seeing 33 a lot, or 11:33, like looking at the clock. And it's like 12:33 or... So that's interesting. Do we want to read the upright of the storm warning? I had a feeling. Okay, so we're going to go to the upright. This card indicates a potential difficulty either in the external world or within yourself and your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closest, and you may have already heard the rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storm passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. Wow. Yeah. It's like, I kind of feel like somebody just was like, yeah, I know. Like, it's like, you know what you have to do. You know what you need to do. Also, this is at the bottom of the deck, so I take that seriously. Spirit's like, you know what? I feel like some of you said, I know, I'm already trying to get a strategy together. And they're like, you know what? Just write. Get your feelings out. They're trying to push us to be more in our love heart space and our heart chakra. So every decision you make, please do it with love. That's why you are the angel of love. And you do your best. Like, I just heard you do your damnedest. Like, literally, I just heard like one of your angels say, like, do her best, because I heard her. And so there's probably more than one of you, and not necessarily all hers, but I heard that you really do. Like, you go above and beyond. You take care of so many people. Like, there's at least one of you that's like, but that's not balance for you. That's like taking you out of balance. You know what I mean? Like, we need you. Like, I feel like Spirit's like, we need you the way you are, not the way you're trying to be. Does that make sense? Like, and I feel like for some of you, like maybe you lost a friend or family member or something. I feel like either in this life or another one, it's like you lost, or someone died or something happened, and either you didn't get to say goodbye, or you didn't, it feels like maybe it was more than one person, or maybe you were going to be in the car and like a bunch of people died and you decided not to go or something. Oh, I just got the chills. Because the way these crystals are, I feel like they're like bodies lined up, and I don't mean to be so dark, but I do kind of feel like Spirit's like, yeah, but don't think like that. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? That's not the way it went. That's not the way it's supposed to go. You're this beautiful angel, and you have all of this. See how they're like kind of surrounding you like you're the light? And this tiger's eye wanted to come in too. So this is a bloodstone, apophyllite, still bite. I forget what that one is. I always forget these two. And even when I write them down, and I have them written down somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, but it's about you and your light and your energy. If you found yourself to this reading, you're here for a reason. Also, look at the way it ended, 48 and 49. It's like, keep going. Also, when I looked down, it said 4302. And 43 and 34 have been coming up and mirroring in these readings all day. It's been really powerful. And thank you, Spirit, to the Earth Day energy. I want to throw a little shout out to the trees and a little shout out to the goddess, and a little shout out to the butterfly renewal energy. And I'm going to do a short shout out to the year of the snake, because remember, that's what this is. We're in the year of the snake. If you're going to make a strategy, Spirit's saying that's cool, but make sure that you're doing it with love and balance. And definitely not in a way where you're trying to shadow somebody else or make them feel bad, or, you know, be like, oh, look at me. You know, one of my shamans, it was the first shaman I ever worked with, actually. And they were so powerful. And I loved them so much. But one time we were hanging out with fellow like healers. And it was the way they were like, I love being, I'm paraphrasing, but they were like, you know, I love being me. Like, I love being a medium. Like, I love being powerful. But it was the way they worded it that I was like, I thought the whole point is that we are servants of spirit. Like, and not meaning like we can't have an identity, but it was like, it was very ego driven is basically what I'm getting to the point of. So it could be that you're in your shadow too, that maybe you've been a Reiki for a long time, or you've been a medium for a long time, or whatever. And, you know, if you're feeling any arrogance or ego, that's something that you need to work through, because you probably did work really hard. You know, of course you worked hard to get to where you are now, you know, whether you're teaching or whatever, maybe you just do readings for yourself or you just go in spirit work. But now the real fucking, you know, muscle, the real flex here is being able to still know with soul knowledge that you are powerful and that you do bring something special and that you are an earth angel and all that good stuff, but also with the knowing that your human life, like the third dimensional energy or what people think of you or whatever, has nothing to do with your soul. And that's what we're trying to move past, you know. So before we go, this is at the bottom of the deck, all tied up. And I feel like some of you are kind of lost. And look at how shimmery she is, though. Even tied up, stuck in a fucking bush in the middle of nowhere. Look at, they're still like finding her. The energies are finding her, because you can't hide. So I'm hearing, stop hiding. Stop hiding who you are. Stop hiding your gifts. Because that's not who you are. That's an old version of you. You have found the balance of that. You are the angel of love and light and healing. You're going to go through some shadow and some darkness. You know, I kept thinking, oh, I want to paint over this or buff it out. And they're like, no. We need to see our imperfections and just put them out there. It's okay. We're not supposed to be perfect here, even as earth angels, because otherwise we wouldn't be incarnated. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be in a human body. We wouldn't be here as humans if we weren't meant to learn a lesson and be here. Also, look at how this just started to balance out now. So it's like, it's all over. No matter where you look, no matter where you go, the love will find you. You're going to be all right. That's what I feel like. If you take away anything from these readings or from this reading today, so much going on around here too, by the way, is that everything's all right. Just breathe. Remember to stay balanced. Remember to come from your heart chakra with everything you do and everything you say with love. You can still be angry, you know? I remember one time one of my friends was like, oh, I hate when you preface, I love you, but. I'm like, because I want you to know that I love you, but I need to give you some tough love. I didn't appreciate that behavior. I didn't appreciate the way you treated me. You don't want to hear that tone, or you don't want to hear me say that, because you know that means that I'm going to call you on your shit. One by one, the more powerful and stronger I became, one by one, all of my friends and family started to like just like drop off. And I knew that's what Spirit was trying to tell me, like, because they don't want to hear it. They know what the truth is. And people are like, even if they do know what the truth is, it's not your job to always point it out. I'm like, no, but it's my job to say, like, I don't appreciate that, or I don't like that. I don't like the way you treat me. I don't like the way you treat other people. I had a situation once with people that I loved very much, and they were gossiping and saying horrible things about somebody that we all loved. And I was like, you know, they're not here to defend themselves. And they're like, oh, so you're going to defend them? I'm like, I don't need to defend them. It's not about me, but I just think you should recognize that there's 3 of you talking about this person that could very well normally be in this room with us. But now they did something you don't like, and now you don't want to talk to them anymore. And so now you're just going to... And the worst part about it was, and I know that that's a very human thing, but one of the hardest parts for me to swallow about it is the thing that they were so angry at them about was the thing where they needed the healing, and it was such a cry for help. And they were making fun of them for crying out for help. Hi, sweetheart. The spider's back. What, do you have something else to say? And they're saying that, you know, sometimes, you know, just because people leave the room, it's like, look at that. Hi. They're like, hi. Just because people leave the room doesn't mean we should talk about them. It's not very nice. It's not very nice. We all have shit. We all have shit. I don't know who this is who this is coming from, but they're definitely, this has been coming up in all the readings. So there's definitely someone who's, the interesting thing is I don't feel like you're trying to be like, oh, I'm all that. I feel like it's, I actually feel like you feel insecure, right? Like your third eye knows, like, it's like you know who you are, but you're still allowing like these old energies, to tell you. I'm like, it's always the last one, right? You're letting this tell you who you are. You're letting this relationship, this experience. Oh, look at the lights back over their face. And it's behind you now. So move on. Let them find their light. You find yours. Wish them well. And I don't talk to any of those people anymore, but it's really interesting though, because I just started to realize. And then I remember I said, God, what do you say about me when I'm not here? And they're like, oh, please, like, you don't gossip with us. I'm like, no, but it was like, you know what I mean? It was like the more I started to wake up, the more I realized like I didn't like that side of me. It wasn't really me. It was me like trying to be loved, be accepted, keeping up with the Joneses kind of energy, right? Like I was like, oh, so if I talk about these people and I whatever, like, then you'll like me, but then the uglier it got, the more I started to realize like, yeah, I'm sure they say this shit about me too, So I just heard from Spirit, you know, use your intuition, go from your gut. You know what you need to do. And I think that's it. Do you have any more messages for reading 4? Okay. Spirit, do you have any more messages for reading 4 before we go? Any downloads, any channeling? Okay. All right, you guys, until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Stay in your angel love and your beautiful light, because you are a beautiful soul. You are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. I'm going to put this here so we can see how beautiful you are. And Spirit is always around you. They're like, yes, when you feel that, like when the chills and certain, yes, they're with you. They're always with us. All right, you guys. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Love yourself and each other. And if you would like to work with me, or if you would like to donate any cards, we have Oracle and Tarot cards on the wish list for Amazon. And the Venmo is there as well. If it's in your wheelhouse to donate, that's wonderful. If not, for the exchange of energy, just send a beautiful prayer my way of abundance and happiness and all that good stuff. It's about the exchange of energy. And I want both of our karma paths to be clean. So in the future, if you watch readings, if you don't send anything, that's okay. But always make sure that you say a prayer or say something nice for the reader, because it is an exchange of energy. And that does fold into karma, okay? They've been having me say it with every reading until people start to get that right, especially because we have a lot of hoarders in our tribe, whether it's financial, whether it's, material, emotional, whatever it is. And so they're trying to really help us work past that and also to exchange so that we understand balance. That's what these 4 readings have been about, is about balance. You even got the balance angel, right? The angel of balance. So it's about keeping all of our energy balanced and the give and the take. If we take too much without giving enough and it gets off balance, that's when things don't go right. Okay, until next time, I love you. Blessed be. Aho.